about me every night. Oh, that sweet I can so. So you can't sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso. Put it all down, right, oh, spit it out like Nintendo. So you can't sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso. I can't relate to desperation. Might give a fuck, are on vacation. And I got this one boy, and he won't stop calling. When they act this way, I know I got him. Too bad your ex don't do it for you. Walked in and drinking juice for you. Saw skin and that perfume for you. Yeah, I know nothing to it for you. That only coffee food for you. Don't touch my brand new for you. Now he's talking about me every night. Oh, that sweet I can so. So you can sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso. Live it all down, right on, spit it out like Nintendo. So you can sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso. I'm working late, 'cause I'm a singer. Oh, you look so cute, wrapped around my finger. My twisted humor, making love so often. My honeybee, could get this pollen. Too bad your ex don't do it for you. Walked in and drinking juice for you. Saw skin and that perfume for you. Yeah, I know nothing to it for you. That only coffee food for you. Won't touch my brand new for you. Now he's talking about me every night. Oh, that sweet I can so. So you can sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso. Put it up down, right, oh, spit it out like Nintendo. So you can sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso. Talking about me every night. Oh, that sweet I can so. So you can sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso. Put it up down, right, oh, spit it out like Nintendo. So you can sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso. Is it that sweet I can so?
Welcome in, boys. Espresso NBA Fantasy Week 4 in the books. It has been a great week for some in this group. Myself, yes, fantastic, up and about. For others, not so much. So let's just hit it on the head there. The big fella, the commissioner, the dirty dog himself, got smashed to smithereens on the weekend and the rest of the week. Welcome in, you pathetic human.
Hello, Blairy, my good friend. How are you?
Well, mate, wearing a hat again today just to hide the patchwork that was falling out this afternoon. Very
yeah.
stressful day.
No, we will hear about that. Thank you for the beloved intro. And welcome to the millions that are watching the broadcast around the world. Very, very interesting week. Looking forward to really ripping into it, mate. What are your thoughts? Well, let's not talk about a weekend because apparently that pisses everyone off.
You got to give the people what they want.
Yeah, you do, absolutely. Give me your. I know we're going to go through it in depth. Give me a quick. What are you? The first thing you think of when you think about this week in NBA fantasy and NBA land, mate? Give me your thoughts.
Suck a bag of dick schnoz, you're 0-4. That's all I'm going to say. 0-4.
We went to Mum and Dad's last night for dinner, and obviously now, I don't know.
Run me through it. What was the shape of him physically? I know the shape of him physically. Sorry, what was the shape of him mentally? He's like a pear.
Well, I'm not sure if you're aware of this now, but the 0-4 teams are live together. So,
What is the toe moved in?
The toe's moved in. It's been a long time.
Jeez, imagine the banter this week at that household when they're both versing each other this week. Because it's over. It's over whoever loses, and they've got to deal with that the rest of the way.
Well, it's quite interesting because they had each other in NFL this morning, and they both probably got up, gave themselves a bit of a hand job on the couch while watching Red Zone. And I'm sure it would have been going mental. And next week they roll into NBA. So, yeah, no, he was a bit nervous last night. I mean, to be honest, he sort of looked at me and said, both of them were sitting next to each other, and I'm just looking at him going, I can't believe you two are going to be 0-4. And Harry goes, yeah, the best part about it is we're playing each other next week. So, really going to be interesting in the preview. But, yeah, very interesting times in the old fantasy league.
What's, now, Adrian, I can see as someone that might be a little bit neatish, maybe when you're living with him. Maybe I'm nowhere near it.
Nowhere near it.
Horrific. Toe looks like someone that would be living off the floor. Am I wrong?
I haven't had the experience of seeing what Toe is like. I haven't been to their house since Toe's moved in, but I'm sure it's probably similar to Adrian.
Mitch White is probably having a hell of a time. Like, he's probably hating every second of it.
Yeah, Melbourne Demons fullback of the century, Mitch White, played 3 games there before he got cut. He was saying, it's quite hard living sometimes with Adrian, just the way he stacks the dishwasher and shit. But, at the end of the day, mate, we all like that a little bit. Sure, this gets upset at you, no doubt.
Oh, there's no doubt. But at the end of the day, as much as Adrian probably wants to stick his dick in Mitch White's ass, I at least get to do that to my missus.
Absolutely. Speaking of guys that like to stick dicks in other people's ass, let's talk about the special guest. Now we've got to roll with this. We heard nothing but fantastic reviews from the big El Chico last week, and now there is a myth going around that when you appear on this podcast, something happens inside the building of your team that they sit there and go, "We've got to rock up this week.
Got to perform.
We've got to rock up." So we're hoping to change some luck around here. But our next special guest, Blair, is one that the league loves. And while his team is definitely not breaking any records in the win column, he currently stands with a glamorous 17 wins out, 17-62 record. You can't do
17-62. Is that? Are you taking the piss?
No, dead set. I do my research, mate. He's won 17 NBA fantasy games over the last 3 seasons and 4 weeks. His average final position is he's won 18 out of 62. Yes, that's correct. His average final position is 9th. So one of the fantastic teams in our league, as you can see, and as well as Chico, the only one not to make finals at all. Now, he's got a bit of a past. This guy, he had a season-ending knee injury last year, and now only walks on one knee. And he almost had a life-ending heart injury with one ventricle due to his battle with the COVID vaccine. But he's still got the energy, the wit, and
the Dale's holding onto the other ventricle on the other side too, mate. And if she lets that thing go,
yeah, no, absolutely. He's been on life support, a bit like his team in several years. And if he changed his lineup as often as he changed his career path, he might be able to save his season this year. So, without further ado, please give it up for the man, the myth, the legend, Nicholas Russo. Welcome, my friend.
All right, boys, are you ready?
where is he?
Within good fashion. It would be so rude not to. The Sweatman, Bitumen! Come on!
Bitumen. Nah, the ratings are going to be through the roof.
Oh, boys, there we going.
Nicky, welcome, mate.
Mate, I think I just done my quad. Oh, that's it.
Oh, wow.
How are we, boys?
Good, mate. You?
Welcome.
What do you reckon, Sweatman?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, where's that line around?
To be honest, the party shop on the way home. After I found out
You stopped in for a purchase.
Yeah, found out I was on the potty, so I was like, fuck yeah, I'll get a fucking Sweatman for you boys, mate. Don't worry, it's a tax write-off.
Yeah, mate, we can run this through my business here if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
So,
okay.
yeah, so I thought,
We opened up an ABN for Espresso NBA Fantasy last week, so I think we're set, boys.
Oh, fuck yeah, laughing. I saw the Gravel pull the Sweatband off, so I thought, why not bring the Bitumen into it as well?
Now, one of the better piss tape nicknames I've heard in a while. Gravel was good, but Gravel's now dust, so Bitumen reigns.
Yeah, it does.
Top.
It does. And the thing is, like Alex said, my team's not doing great. But I don't go missing. Right, I'm still here, still doing the rankings. I've got some rankings for you boys later. Like, it would be interesting to see. I've noticed that Dan's come back into the group chat because he's obviously won a game or two. But it will be interesting to see after he loses this week against me if he stays around. Because actually, we'll get into it later, obviously, but there's a few big matchups this week. So
There is, absolutely.
yeah.
Pleasure to have you on, mate. Pleasure to have you on. I'm just looking at the YouTube feed, and for some reason, we're all a bit blurry.
Yeah, Nico's. I've got the YouTube feed of me right, and Nico's struggling. You're clear as day at the moment, Alex.
Thank you.
Oh
very
yeah,
much.
that's because of my my moves earlier. It's just rattled the whole of packing them. And clearly, the fucking YouTube can't handle it. That sort of sex appeal on the website just can't comprehend.
One of the great entries. One of the great, almost the rock like.
Yeah.
Hey, let me.
That would have been probably
Tell me that if
play
that's
all
any
of
different.
Stone Cold, because at the end of the day,
I've just unplugged Kelly's life support, so
okay, appreciate it. Yeah, yeah.
Where is Kelly? Is Kelly in the background? We got some audience, or
nah, she's not. She's watching Love Island, which unfortunately I'm missing the episode because of this, but that's all right.
It's not unfortunate at all. Well, Nick, thank you very much for coming, mate. Really appreciate you being on. We'll ask you a few questions a little bit later. But first, before we do, as we always do, Blairey, we've got some news to get through over the last week. It's been a very big week in the NBA that has directly affected fantasy teams around the league. So, let's get into it. We spoke last Monday, and we're trying to make this regular on a Monday, and finally, the big first rounder, the only first rounder that hadn't played a game yet, Joel Embiid, has now returned to the toe side, as I like to call it. Very good news for Harrow, although he hasn't played a lot of games yet, but we'll see if that changes throughout the year. OKC really, really struggling with their two centres, but Williams has definitely stood up and he's doing an unbelievable job, Jalen Williams, for Harrow at least. Good to see Anthony Davis has been cleared to play after someone threw a chopstick in his eye. Good to see he's recovered from that.
I just wanted him to whack the Horace Grant goggles on and get it over and done with. He gets poked in the eye so much.
Mate, I literally couldn't believe. I saw his interview when he came back, and it was his red eye was just ridiculous. So anyway,
he has got one of the bigger set of fish eyes in the league.
Yes, he does. Absolutely.
Big fucking eyes, but a nice fucking fish.
Wasn't born with the good looks, old Anthony Davis. Popovich suffering from a stroke. I reckon I know what's caused this. He has read a few of the inbox messages that have been coming down recently and cannot handle some of the English that's coming our way. I mean, do
you reckon it's that, or do you reckon it's Harrow and Adrian's record? Which one?
I reckon he listened to Harrow's voicemail. Did you listen to that today? Nathan spotted it perfectly. The old Ross Lyon, hey, press conference, how are you? God knows when he's going to come back. So that's unfortunate. Looking, Dyson Daniels, my lordy, what is going on over there?
Don't talk about that, mate. Yeah. That's depressing me.
I
had one job, dropped the right person, and it wasn't the right one.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely terrible. Bucks still shit, but Giannis had a really good week, which is good to see. James Harden now the second, apparently, well, I wouldn't call him the greatest, but the second leading 3-point field goal attempt makes a game. Well done, Jimmy. Good work. Look, I don't know what sort of aroma is around this sort of central area. It's been 4 seasons of NBA. And that big Serbian fucking 487-pound human has never missed a game. Ever. He walks...
Yeah, he could have fucking done it last week.
Yeah. He'll probably come back this week too, Nicko.
And that guy is out for personal reasons. I couldn't believe it.
Is it personal?
It was personal. Now, obviously you heard the voicemail today, but shout out to give to Jordan Ganchi, how are you? Sent one of the funniest voice memos
that was good.
And said... I hope his whole family is fucking dead for him to be costing me to win this race.
I heard he lost a bit of money on Pride of Jenny, and that's probably set him back.
Yeah, probably has. But
that thing's a donkey.
Yeah, no, that's gone. See you later. So what else we got? Cleveland. Are they ever going to lose a game? I just do not know. It's absolutely incredible.
What are they, 15?
15-0, and Mitchell didn't play today. Obviously, he needs a rest. We'll address that in a second because there's a couple of people upset. Poor Ganchi had him in his team as well, so he's gone load management and the old Serbian personal reasons. Cost him the win, which is unfortunate. LaMelo Ball, fined $100,000, no homo. Not bad. Didn't mind that.
What did he do? I missed that. What did he do there?
Did a press conference after the game yesterday and said, we all, I don't know, he said something about we all filled each other's cup or we did something, and he goes, no homo. They fined him $100 for it. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
His interviews are always fucking...
God, I wish he said poofter.
Yeah, I know. It would have been hilarious. And that's all the top stories. So really, really interesting about what's going on around the league at the moment. That directly affects, directly affects some of the teams we got. So, thank you very much, Nicholas.
Like that, Alex.
Appreciate it. Let's get to it. You are our special guest, mate. We've got a couple of questions to ask you. I'm going to go.
Fucking hit me. Hit me, brother.
I'd love to. It's just, they're 3 and a bit years. You haven't had, we asked this Chico, we haven't had the success and the luck that you're probably striving for at the moment or ever. Where do you think it has gone wrong? And obviously, you have started okay this year, probably better than other years. I know your record says so. You've been a bit unlucky with who you've played so far. But what has gone wrong with you as a human being to be so bad at NBA fantasy over the last 3 years?
All right, so for the first few years, the first year was just a bit of fun, right? It was $50 or whatever. I thought I didn't do any. NFL. I didn't do any research, nothing like that. So obviously, it was never going to end well for me. I was just there for the vibe, for the drink up. The second year, it was after the financial year. One of the things that you could claim on was charity work. So I was like, all right, for the second year, I'm donating $100 to the NBA fantasy. So that got me a bit back. I got a bit back come tax time. So I did that for the year after. And now this year,
he's got jokes.
It was more, and it had to make it look like I was fucking shit, because I couldn't be on top and saying I'm donating. So, that's why my sports bet account, my fantasy account, they're all donating things. It's a tax, bit of a tax backdoor thing. Yeah. So this year, the whole having the draft order and the draft day on the exact same day, I thought I would take use that to my advantage because I didn't think no one knew where they were drafting, so no one was going to be able to put the work in. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a fucking crack. Did some research. I'll tell you what. First round looked all right for me. Me and Blair, we had a good game. Second versus Alex, I thought I'd pip him at the end, but Joker did Joker things. I smashed Chico. Chico fucking wiped the floor with that cunt. I mean, Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. What I did to him wasn't illegal. Wasn't even legal in some countries. But anyway, but after that, Paolo goes down.
Yeah. I
had Trae Young go down this week. I had Aaron Gordon go down. I've just been hit with injuries. But you know what? It's not an excuse. Normally this part of the year, I'm very, very well known for rage trading. Just first 2 weeks, if they're not performing, fuck off my team. I don't have time for that shit. But no one else does that, and I've noticed it doesn't work for me. So this year, I'm trying to just stay calm. If I have a bad day of fantasy, I come home, sit on the couch. Kelly, gives me a nice shoulder rub and stuff. Calms me down. Because I'll tell you what, half my team would be on the waivers. But
is there any oxygen left in that room right now, Nicko? Or?
Nah. Can you see the veins coming out of my head? But So look, shocking week this week, but that's all right. I don't mind. I'm sticking.
Can I butt in here and ask, Nicko?
No.
The value from yourself has increased tenfold this season.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
It's like
I thought I was alright last few years, but
you've almost come in and accepted that your role in this group is to not only just be shit at fantasy, but turn that on its head and actually be good at something else that can bring some value to the group, because it's definitely not your fantasy game. At 1 and 3, and starting with Anthony Edwards yet again.
Listen, I've been invited onto the podcast, and I thought this was like a thing, and I'm just getting abused.
Nah.
Alright?
Nah.
I'm getting ridiculed. My team's not even that fucking bad. Alright? Give him a couple of weeks. Put me back on in 5 weeks and we'll see where my team's at then, alright?
Yeah, I like it, Nick. Go aggressive. Now, I will say, I mean, if you have been listening, which I know the millions have been, I've actually said your team's not too bad, and I think that you have had a bit of a rough end with the draw. So you're 3 weeks out of the 4. You've already played all the top 4 sides, or just about. So hopefully,
Well, you can't play. Well, I haven't because you can't play yourself.
Oh,
So I've only played.
A little barb there.
No.
good point. Like
Did you
it.
hear? What do you think? What do you think of Chico last week? He said you were not making the 4. You rat shit. Right? Do you want to give Chico his 2 bit?
Look, honestly, no, because someone say that I'm not making the 4, but absolutely pants him. You know, it's just a self-defense mechanism. You know, of course he's going to be so, fuck that guy because it was fresh, slapped him around a little bit. Sort of like what Unc did to that poor lady on live stream, So that's what I did to Chico. But yeah, that's all it was. That's all he heard that whole week. And look, it's understandable, but that's all right. I don't mind. I don't mind a little bit of banter. Chico, he spends more time at cashing in cans, so I don't actually mind.
And the funny
He can
thing
say what he
was,
wants.
I mean, with the Instagram thing, it wasn't even Chico getting smashed in it that made him go huff and puff. He just went to take the bins out before cunt. So,
But I will say though, I have clipped that little thing that he said, and it is in my saved. So when it comes to the end of the year, if I have made top 4, don't worry, I will be revisiting that and making sure he says sorry. And maybe a handwritten letter.
oh,
So
letter. Rightio.
Handwritten, that'd be great. Do you know how to write? Oh, I'm not too good at the old joint writing anymore.
not me, from him to me. So he would have to be.
Sorry, apologies.
No, Jesus Christ. What podcast am I on?
Alex, are we going? Are we doing a live gravel rankings?
Well, now.
Yeah.
There is-
Fucking oath we are!
there is a-
Sorry,
So,
and I see
are we-
gravel rankings. I apologise. Are we doing a live bitumen rankings?
We haven't finished my questions. We will get to that though. Second of all, Nicko, at 1 and 3, honestly, and obviously your top player, Paolo, not being back probably until Christmas at this rate, do you think you're any chance to make a run for finals?
Well, if I put my bias hat on, yeah, I'm going to smash everything.
Yeah.
If I put my realistic hat on, I'll win some games. Nah.
So you're Essendon.
My next few weeks, right? I reckon Essendon this year I am. Oh, fuck. I've just looked at. So I've got Dan, Braden, Adrian.
What are you laughing?
Who's got Adrian?
You're going to be 0-7 by then.
Then after I've got Harrow. You know what? Doesn't matter. It doesn't actually matter about the next few weeks. Doesn't matter about the next few weeks. I know if it's not this week, if it's not next week, those 2 weeks I'll be on a run. So that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, wow. Nick, well done. All right. So
He's on fire, the big fella.
he is. Now, Larry, without further ado, considering how on fire he is, we thought we'd give our special guest something. Now, this man gives the best NBA rankings in the Div 1 inbox. So Div 2 and their better halves don't have the play. And I say they're better halves because, when we're on the podcast, I get Snapchats from their better halves with us on the podcast watching us. For some reason, they're all in their lingerie, but that's irrelevant.
Hang on. Why isn't this being sent through to the rest of us?
It's just a one-on-one time. Anyway, regardless, what that audience will not understand is that Nick sends his power rankings. Now, they're not the same as ladder rankings. They're fluid, right? It depends on the form line. So, instead of doing it in the inbox this week, we thought we'd hand over to the man himself live to the
Bitumen.
that are watching the podcast to do so. Bitumen, do you want to
Fuck yeah. I feel like I'm in the Bahamas.
No,
Oh,
And just quickly, before we go in, did you paint the picture for the Division 8 guys about how Nicko went about the rankings last week? He pulled out a pad of paper and he... Oh, how would you describe it? In primary school fashion?
pulled out a pad of paper like this, guys. Like this. He wrote down number one, the team, and then he was talking about it.
Another purchase on the way home, boys.
Niggas, top list, mate. Oh, this is all last week's doing. And actually, just while we're here, we'll revisit, right? This is the Is that backwards? Is that or is that?
No.
Oh, okay.
The
comeback back to reality, right? And Chico sent him back to reality. So, tick for me for getting that right.
Nah, you're right there, Nicko. Well done.
Yeah, well done, Nicko.
Well done. And villain in Alex that he is, everyone was pretty happy to see him lose this week.
Absolutely. You don't want to watch the commission when he's 3-0. You don't want to see him continue to win. So I get it. All right, Nicko, kick us off, mate. Number 10. Give us what you got.
All right. Well, is the lighting good? Do I need to?
Hang on. Hang on. Here we go. Wrong one.
Oh, damn.
Now, number 10 on the list of the Bitumen
Number 10
rankings.
on the list. I'm just making sure the lighting's good. You can see everything's all right.
Yeah.
A little bit fuzzy, but we'll move through.
We can move it. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, number 10 on the list. No surprise there. He's been on the list for the last... Oh, well, how many rounds have there? There's been 4. He's been on there since 4. Oh, play on. Anyway. Anyway. So, number 10. Down to number 10. Best ability.
Clip that someone in the chat, please. Need to see that again all year.
Nah, fuck.
I'm gonna trim that one up for the boys, I think.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, number 10. Best ability is availability. Now, like you said earlier, Alex, his voice memo, it was almost had me concerned a little bit about his health, but it was very sad. And for someone that's so into fantasy, you can tell it's really hurting. And it's really hurting him. And, you know, I was really going to get into him, but I was like, no, you know what, I'll leave him. But, oh, hang on. Oh, his actually team is here.
Oh, God.
Hello, his team, everyone. How you going, eh? Hey? This is the team, right? This is the team that said on draft night to me, when I drafted Kobe White, he said, oh, that's a waiver team. You know what, Harrow?
He's puppet mastering the
That's all your fucking team is, mate. Alright? Anyway. So, that moves us on to number 9.
We've dropped from 13 to 12 live recording. I think we just lost Toe.
Toe's out. Now, so that brings me to number 10. Like I said,
Number 9?
Number 9. I'm a very fair ranker. Is that a word? I don't know, but we'll
Bitumen
move on.
rankings.
Well, you're a fair wanker. I don't know about wanker.
Yeah, it's a good one, Alex, you fuckhead. Anyway, so number 9. Number 9, I'm giving it to myself, the Studs These Nuts. Now, look, they're my rankings, so I'm going to say what I want about us. Look, bad luck this week. We'll move on to next week. Number 8, King Wemby.
Hang on.
Nah.
I just knocked off Adrian. I want to hear more. He's 0-4.
It's Studs These Nuts. It's me, homo.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Larry.
No, you fucking teams, mate.
I was looking at the list and I thought, how can Adrian not be 9?
Nah, I'm 9, brother. I'm 9. All right, I've had a shit couple of weeks. Look at the score I put up. Not very good.
Sorry, Bitumen.
That's okay. Stay in your lane. Anyway, number 8, I have put in there King Wemby. Now, only purely because of the score that's been dished up, but I will say Wemby's starting to look like a second pick, right? So I'm not going to say much about Adam because he's his team is actually starting to get going, I believe, right?
So
now moving on to
You think he can chart up the rankings over the next few weeks to go, do you?
Fuck, he's got some outs to do that.
Yeah.
No, fuck no. No. He's not going higher than that. Nah. Mate, the only one that's moving up from those 3 is me, for sure. For sure. Anyway, so number
The
7,
Bitumen rankings are all over the shop this week.
number 7, I'll put 6-man, right? Now, he's staying 7th, right? And I'll tell you why he's staying 7th. Because like I said just before, he's very, very talkative. Very, very talkative. Right now, I want to see him talkative after this week when I do what I did to Chico to him. All right, let's see if suddenly he loses his phone on a walk next week. All right, and I'll tell you what, I will be tagging him and everything, posting on his Facebook, calling him if he's not talking in that chat. Now, I will say, if it goes the other way, the Bitumen rankings are done. I am no more. Moving on to number 6. Now, I have put Spider-Man up here, but I have done a bit of a name change for him. Although he has moved up a bit.
He's moved up 4 spots from not winning a game.
And I tell you why. Because of the score he's put up. Like, that's not bad going. Putting up about 37 points last week, his whole team. So then putting up, I think he scored, 1,200 or something like that?
12-17, yeah. Lost by
Respectable. You got to give respect where it's due. All right? But his team is still fucking spuds. So what I've done, I went to fucking Woolies and bought his team. So this is matchup of the round this week. It's spuds versus fucking trash. It's fucking Spider-Man. Spider-Man, he reckons? No, mate, it's fucking Spudman. That's what your team is. Alright? That's matchup of the round. Fucking hell. North Melbourne versus West Coast this week, lads. Anyway, that brings me over to number 5.
I can't recover.
That brings me to number 5. Right? Now I'll tell you what. That's why I've come to the table today, to the podcast, because last time this guy come on the podcast, his team, I don't know, fucking, they all must have gone together, gone down to the recycle joint, grabbed all their fucking cans, cashed them in for points, because I'll tell you what, that was a big win. Very big win.
Yeah.
So,
Talk about that
the
one.
one they call Chico, alright, also, I will say, he's got to change his name. He's been Chico. I don't know. Have you seen his fucking picture?
No, he doesn't have one.
Yeah, I don't really get. It's the album cover for one of Drake's albums.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, okay. But fucking Chico, that's shit. Change your name. Give us something. Be the can collector or
Yeah, that would be good, can collector.
1 cent, something like that. But yeah, I'll give it to him. Fifth. He's come on the podcast. His team's produced, so that's why he's sitting 5th. Now these power rankings, they're not. It's not a ladder, right? Everyone can move.
Yeah,
So,
The Bitumen rankings, mate.
Yeah,
That's fine.
the Bitumen rankings, you say they're a bit all over the shop, but they're not. It's just who I've decided, just where they go, right? Anyway, so moving up to the 4. He's dropped from 1st because he's come back to reality. And to be honest, if it was, you know what? I think 4th is a bit generous
1st to 4th.
still. Right? It's a bit generous still. And all I have to say is about time you got fucking knocked off, because I was sick of watching these podcasts. You sitting there, Blair, going, "Oh, you're gonna be 3-0 this week, Alex. So shut the fuck up." And then you're sitting there like, "Oh yeah." You know, trying to be humble and shit. Well, guess what? Now you're fucking back with the rest of us, aren't you, champ? All right. So
Yes.
your 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th pick, mate. Real GMs, they have no one and they still can perform. That brings me to 3rd. Brow to the king. Look, I will say you're in 3rd's good. It's not bad. But I will say, Blair, if I have to every single fucking week go into that chat and hear GG's when it's been 13 minutes in the fucking first game of the week, I tell you what, I'll come down there, Croydon, and I will slap you around a bit. Mate, I'll give your team a bit of fucking faith. It's like I listen to it enough through the footy season about Collingwood. I don't need to hear it through the fantasy league as well. Alright? Just fucking have a bit of faith in your team. All week. GG's, Adrian. GG's.
I'll take that whack.
Yeah, you will. You will.
Oh, I was getting it from him too.
Like a good boy. All right, number 2. Number 2 and 1, no surprising. They're both sitting 4-0. But number 2.
Fraudulent. Fraudulence? I think there's a fraudulent team in there for me.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, look, it's kind of... So I'll give you the second, because I do think the first is fraudulent, and I'll tell you why. So the second is the Don, right? The Don. I don't know... Is there a reason his name's Don? Oh, yeah, he's got Doncic as well. Yeah, righto. Okay. I was going to give him a whack about that, but that's all right. Still works. But I will give him a whack about this. Mate, Jordan Poole can fuck off. That stupid cunt. All right? All I did was try and give him a nice fucking place to live. Right? When he was at Golden State, I picked him up. He was giving me nothing. So I said,
round too.
Yeah, I said, no, this was not last year. I'm talking about the
this
year
was
before.
last.
I said, when he was at Golden State, I said, mate, I picked you up from waivers, but you're just not doing the job. You know, as a business goes, this is probably in the first week as well, back with my tactics last, when that happened. But then he decided, Braden picked him up, and the cunt just goes on ball and scoring 38s to 40s, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I was like, you know what? He's gone to Washington last year. It's going to be him and Kuz. Unbelievable setup. 3rd round, I took a gamble. Mate, if I was gambling money, I would be doing this podcast in the fucking gutter. That cunt, I reckon that whole year he scored about 50 points. And do you know what? This year, Nathan picks him up. First fucking game, he scores 50. Like, give me a fucking spell. I'm trying to give you... And the other one, Jabari Smith Jr., scores 3, 14, 7. Fuck it, I'm sick of this cunt, move on. Oh, yeah. Oh, Nathan's team. Here, Nick, have a fucking 48! Oh, fucking seriously. Seriously.
Nick, that's the
And,
game, mate.
and the other thing, the other reason he's second is this bloke has paid $8 for a guy that's out. Mate, come on. You're lucky Paul's there, man. Jesus. Anyway, so that brings me to one. Is obviously Taco J, and I'll give you the reason why I think it's fraudulent. Because it's actually not Braden's team. It's fucking Zach's. We've gone over this over and over and over. When are we going to sit there as a committee and just say it's not on? He's really, really working the team hard. Alright? Really working the team hard. Zach doing a lot of behind the scenes and just doesn't get the credit. So I reckon in about a couple of weeks, there'll actually be a bit of a management, shift. Because I think Zach's going to get fed up with not being, not getting any of the chocolates like when DOS wins the league. So I really think that's going to, but they're going to butt heads later in the year and it's going to cause them to, crumble. So, yeah.
Well, Nicko, fantastic work, Blair. He played the bloody clap sound, mate. I think that was nothing short of absolutely
I think it was fantastic. Fantastic.
Well, thanks, boys. I really appreciate that.
Good work, mate. Good work.
Well done, Gravel. He's having some technical difficulties over here, the big fella.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna delete a few things apparently. So keep going. My storage is too many fucking.
He's gonna delete his rankings already, or
too many shirtless selfies I take. It's clogging up my storage, apparently.
Well
I
tell you who Nicko reminds me of in very low res quality. He looks a bit like Brendan Favola.
Yeah, he does. Well, he's starting to get the size there for sure, but he's doing a good job, big fella. No, fantastic.
We've completely lost him, by the way, so we might as well send him off because I think he's gone.
He'll be back anyway. Well, I would share my screen, but apparently someone else is sharing. I think that might be the media board, Blair. You might have to stop that. But I don't know. It says someone else is sharing something. I had my screen all ready.
I'm sharing nothing, mate.
Can't happen,
sharing nothing.
That's unfortunate. Anyway, all right. So, while that's happening, let's get to the results this week because Nicholas' rankings, I should say, absolutely nothing short of fantastic. But talking
Good
about
value, but probably doesn't resemble the ladder.
No,
But very good value.
That's the point of it, though, and we will go.
Yeah,
through
that
the
is
ladder.
the point.
We will go through the ladder. Alrighty. So first of all, now, how many people are watching on the potty? Do we know? 12, 13, something like that.
We got 11. We got 11 live at the moment.
I'm going to say this very clearly, and I want you to clip this, right? I will cop my whack. What my team dished up this week was absolutely horrific. Now, there is excuses I could put on the table. I've had to do some. How do you go to scoring 800? That I think it was one of these weeks where just throw it in the bin. I will give him his props though. Josh Corneli, 1352. And I know we sort of had this conversation with him last week on the podcast, Blair, about do you think
he was coming.
Right? And I mean, look, honestly, absolutely incredible, Chico. Absolutely fantastic. But you were awesome this week. 1352. Me with a dismal 829, but still beat Jake, so that's okay.
What day did you know it was over? Tuesday?
Day one. I literally said GG's on day one. When he had 290 out of 4 blokes. I mean...
GG's is a very loose term these days.
Yeah, well, I usually, when I say it, it's done. And that's why I love it. But let's go through the score. I don't know why. It says someone is currently sharing. It's really annoying. I'll show the screen.
I'm not sharing.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure what's going on then. Nick, you're not sharing anything? I'm seeing.
I think Nicko's had some technical difficulties.
Blair, on the Riverside, I'm seeing media board is a big screen. I think it's something to do with that. I don't know if you've paused something in there or whatnot. Anyway, maybe give it a look just quickly before we start rolling through.
Media board.
I had this all set up for the.
What did you have ready to go? Do you want me to bring it up for the viewers?
Yeah. If you
I'll just do it. Hang on.
This week, and let's get through it. So while you're doing that,
start talking while I get it going.
Chico 1352, nothing short of unbelievable. I actually reckon it could potentially be one of the highest scores that we've had in a week of fantasy. I actually might go back through the archives and have a look at that. It was exceptional. His top performance
was a big week.
De'Aaron Fox 181 had the franchise record for the Kings, and then he went and followed it up with a 49-pointer. Unbelievable. Sengun is literally just told everyone to shove it up their ass because he is, in the last 2 to 3 weeks, he's been absolutely fantastic. SGA's rocked up really well as well. Obviously, myself, top scorer was Josh Hart, who had a couple of 40s, which was interesting. No Jokic all week, which was unfortunate. Jalen Johnson coming alive from Jalen Brown. So a bit upsetting, absolutely dismal. I have had a look at the next week, though, and I don't know, the schedule's sort of flipped on its head, so hopefully we can come back with a result against you, big fella. Got you next week, which would be interesting. We'll get to that.
Yep.
But yeah, just going to be interesting to see where Chico lands after this. So next week...
Does that come up, by the way?
No, I'm still getting media board on my screen, so not sure what's going on. But anyway, that's all right. We'll move on.
Oh, back.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, it does say sharing, bro.
Yeah.
Is that being shared, Nicko, to you?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the viewers can't. It's just us internally. So we'll move on. Having a look now is he's changed his name after the power rankings. And I'll do this one for you, Blair, because this is involving you. So Spider-Man is now Spud Men. So welcome.
I like the boy.
Yeah, liked it. What a matchup. This was matchup of the round, obviously. 3 out of the King. Well done, Blair. Got the win. 12-28.
Thank you, mate.
12
Unbelievable.
17, an 11-point difference. Went down to the last game of the week. Absolutely
Cat on my bench with a 50.
Oh, well, that's good. Apparently the live streamers can see the screen, which is fantastic. So we'll just keep going for that. Yeah, Kat, we'll talk about it in a second, but let's go through the top performers. Giannis was fantastic with 159. Donovan Mitchell, 141, and he had a break today, so that was a bit stiff for Adriano. But then obviously you had Kat, which nullified that out. John Collins rocked up.
Kat didn't play, mate.
Oh, yeah. No, he did not today. No. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Not on my team anyway.
John Collins, 131. AD having a phenomenal year, 135. Absolutely incredible work. Doing really, really well. And then we've got Ingram and Tyler Hero. Apparently, someone that won't start for the Miami Heat, according to the big Don.
The big Don. Boston Rivers.
Yeah, don't know what he was talking about there. So, Blair, just first of all, I know Nick touched on it, but I'm actually going to tell you straight down the barrel. If you come up with this GG fucking rubbish again after day one, I will kick you out of that inbox as the commissioner. And if you think I'm lying, fucking try me, all right? I'm over it. Well, you know what it's like, Nick? You know, it's like Adrian and Blair this week was like, when you were 15 talking to your missus, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Wait till the last day. There shouldn't have been a GG, right? At all until today. But anyway, that's the warning. Take us through the week, Blairy. How you felt? I know, obviously, everyone sort of knew it, but, you won by 11 points, the closest win of the year at the moment. Talk us through it.
Very nerve-wracking. At the end of the day, I feel like the better coach won. Just better performance. Know how to work a team, unlike the Spider-Man or the Spudsman. So I was very happy to get the 11-point win. I was very nervous when I had Cat on the Pine. Outside of that, it was even a bit of back and forth with Adrian in the private text. Just the GGs continued on from both of us. I think daily we were sending each other GGs in the private messages.
So you've done it in the message that's with everyone, and you've also done it behind the scenes.
Yeah. So it was a big week.
That's deplorable. That is absolutely deplorable. Well done.
But very 3-1. If I went to 2-2, I would have been very upset because my team's been very good the first 4 weeks, and I would have been pretty flat only being 2-2.
A bit disappointing. How do you think the big fella? And we know, we're just saying this because there are the millions that are watching it. How do you reckon the big fella would have taken it that his team scored 12-17 if he lost? He's 0-4. Nick, what do you reckon?
Oh, he would not have been happy. I mean, I've seen him get angry over a lot less, and there 1,000% would have been a few holes in the wall.
Absolutely.
How angry you reckon he was? Like, you two know him the best. Where are we at?
How angry he was. I saw him last night, and it wasn't even 11-point difference. He was literally looking at me like his life was over and someone had run over his cat. Like, he was devastated. He's like, I can't believe it. And, the funny part about it is him and Harrow are bouncing off each other. Oh, we're going to be on 4. Oh, fuck yeah, match up for the week next week. Yeah, fucking good. Season's over. I mean, it was fantastic to watch.
This will be a good week though for them. It will be very interesting to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, it's like the Mr. Irrelevant of NBA fantasy matchups, I reckon. Like they're both going to probably finish bottom. So well done, Blairy. Nicko, do you want to take us through the next matchup, mate? Please.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'll take you through. Chico versus the comeback.
We just went through that.
Did you? Shit.
Yeah, you were too busy deleting porn off your bloody.
Mine's different to yours.
Yeah, it will be. Just take us through yours, Nicko. Take us through yours.
Oh, right, okay. All right. Sugsy's Nuts versus the Don. Look, it was probably the worst game in both parties, to watch. No, we didn't really talk about it that much because, to be fair, everyone was scoring big numbers and we were just sort of, kicking. We were sort of like the reserves, kicking the dew off for the boys. No, look, Nathan, very respectable opponent. His team, they showed up. I mean, today I needed my team to really play out of their skin and his to, really play shit, to put it bluntly. But I knew that wasn't going to happen. I knew it was going to be a loss because as soon as I opened up the app this morning at 7:30, Booker was on 32 at halftime. And I was like,
good night, night, Irene.
Good night, Irene. Yeah, that's it. So, I mean,
Nick, if I may, just quietly, just having a look at your scoreboard here, you both of you, your top 3 performers were pretty much par on points, which means that obviously that mid to lower tier, his team performed a bit better than you. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, well, if I go into the match day box score,
we talked about this. We talked about this, Alex. That Nath had a very good bottom end to his team this year.
He did, and that's what I was pointing
out.
No,
but it wasn't even that. I mean, in the first, if we look at the first day, I mean, I'm pretty sure Trae Young was out. So
injuries.
Oh no, sorry, second.
Trae Young only missed 1 game for the week, Nicko.
But that's yeah, he did. But that's a 50, it could have been a 50.
I mean, 50.
It is. Whether you like it or not, it is. So, and then when he came back, he needed to get a bit of rhythm back. I mean, that day off really got to him, I think. He must have had some family reasons with Joker. Anthony Simmons, he's not great. He hasn't been in shithouse. The cunt's been sick all week. I mean, mate, haven't you heard of going to Chemist Warehouse, buy a few fucking Codrils and get over it? I mean, I'm trying to run a business here, and you got people like that in your team, and people always wonder why I'm rage trading. Well, it's not even rage trading; it's just rage throwing them to the fucking curb. But anyway, but look, Nathan's team was just better on the day. You're gonna have one of these shit losses, and I'm glad to get mine done out of the way. I mean, the last few weeks we versed, obviously you still scored over 1100, I think it was 1200, Alex, and then Chico's had the highest, when I versed Chico had the highest score, and then even Blair, when I versed Blair, it was very close. So I'm happy to get this shit one out of the way, and hopefully I can, next week really pick it up. The boys see I'm on the podcast, see I'm very passionate with my team, so hopefully they live for me,
Hopefully.
I'll run you through Dan and Gibbos.
Please do.
Gibbo was never a chance, let's be honest. No McCullum, no Jar, no Kawhi, no Zion. And the problem is he's holding on Wendell Carter for some strange reason when he's already short. So probably digging his own grave there, I'd say, boys.
Yeah, and to be honest, if I'm Gearbot, as a Magic fan that watches every game, I'd be watching that closely because Gorgonzola is probably going to have to make Carter earn his spot back. He's been unbelievable. So I even think that he won't even get, minutes to start off with. I'd be cutting my losses and trying to pick someone else up from Gib.
So, yeah, I just think Gibbo was too far behind it in starts this week. He gave it his all, but just not good enough to knock over Gravel. So it was a bit disappointing, as I do like to watch Gravel fumble the bag.
Yes, we all do, absolutely. So that was the results this week. But if we have a look here, we skipped over one because of Nicholas having a different screen. So Taco J and Harrow. Oh, Lord.
Do we really?
Well, that was an absolute
do we really need to get into that? Or?
Yeah.
No, we do, because this is what annoys me, right? And you are right. I'm a shocking fantasy player, and the records will show that over the last 3 years. But let me tell you something. When you give out advice, you think that people would take it. He's lost by another 400 points against the top of the tier, which we know. He scored less than me with my first 3 and 4 picks out for most of the week. He's going to, and I knew this was coming in. Jake Harrington, unless he makes a move with the team, will not win a game all year. I'm calling it. He will not win a game with that team. I'm telling you.
Alex, we've played 4 weeks, and Harrow has scored 1,000 less points than Braden.
That's my point.
1,000. We've only played 4 weeks, and he's already 1,000 behind.
Which would mean, if my maths is correct, he's on track to be 5,000 points less than Braden by the end of the year. You tell me how that wins a game.
Look, I just want to correct you. You said, I just want to pull you up on something. You said 5,000 points behind Braden, but it's actually 5,000 points behind Zach. Let's just keep that. Make sure that's
Nicko.
Yes, very, very good, very, very good. But yeah, he's got his team coming back and yada yada yada. He still needs to make a move. I still think he needs to make a move. That's my opinion.
May I ask, before we leave Trash Can alone, what move does he make? Because Embiid's value is shot, Scotty Barnes is out, and outside of that, his value is Damian Lillard and Cade Cunningham. Otherwise, he's got nothing.
He's got to probably get rid of, you're right, you might as well keep Embiid. No one's going to take him. So you've got to be 100% on
Has he got to float Cade out there?
You got to float.
He's dominating.
You got to float Scotty, because Scotty should be back pretty soon. I know he's still a bit week to weekish, but yeah, you've got to, even France. I'd be even looking at France, because when Paolo comes back, you'd think you've got to sell him high. You'd think he'd probably be stunted a little bit. Don't know what the big fella's going to do, but I reckon honestly he won't win one game if he doesn't make a change. That's dead set.
Which would be great for the league when we draft again, because that is pants down. That is naked draft day if he doesn't win a game. And you were one off it last year.
I was.
Yeah, that's. To be fair, going through how many rounds is it? Is it
18?
18 rounds.
Imagine going through 18 rounds not winning a game. You would just you'd be pretty fucking depressed, wouldn't you?
This time last year, Nicko, the the NBA Espresso League, the podcast was already dead because Alex hadn't won a game, and he'd left the building, and he didn't show his face again for the rest of the year.
It was a variety.
We had about what 3 weeks of podcasting, and then that was it.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
We did,
It was very depressing.
No, I did come on when I was 0-6. I'm pretty sure I did sign for that. We just couldn't get together as often as what we can now. So that's a lot easier. It's got nothing to do with my record. I'll be on here, win, lose, score, draw, mate. Don't you worry. As for Harrow, I don't know if he'll be on the earth if he goes 0-18 or 1-17. So good luck to you, pal. I hope it works out for you. But it's pretty.
There's some guys that can deal with losing and just hide it in the back of their head, I reckon. But Harrow's not one of them. You know how much this means to him.
Yeah, Harrow, and he's NFL.
I'd be eating him alive.
Either. All right, Blair, you got the screen up. Let's have a look at the ladder because they're obviously very different to the power rankings. And for the millions that are out there watching, they probably want to see where it's at. So we've had a few name changes as a direct result of Nicholas's power rankings, which is really, really interesting. First of all,
sorry, I'm just bringing up the ladder, boys. Where the hell is the ladder gone? There it is.
Standings. Well done.
Boom.
All right, beautiful. I'm going to trust that it's up because obviously the stream
is
a
up.
bit behind.
It's up.
Nice. All right, number one, Taco J. Absolutely fantastic start to the year. And obviously, he's just navigated the waters really, really well. Like, he hasn't even done anything too outrageous or silly.
He just plays waivers so well. It makes me sick. I swear to God that he pays his brother to do it with him. He has to.
Yeah,
because he can't. He does 25 waivers a night.
Yeah. Okay. So let me put it to you this way, though. Right? He's made 23 waivers. Josh has made 22 in sixth. So I can't. I mean, I get what you're saying. You're 100% right. And you've got Harrow's had 25. So the stats are there, but they're not really.
Harrow needs a miracle. He doesn't need waivers. I don't know how much a miracle is these days. If it's more than $100, but he should definitely start looking into that.
So Braden's points for is 100 more than yours, Blairy, and looking at a bit of pretenderish. Nathan's only had 4,000 points for.
That's when Nicko was going hard earlier about the pretender being Braden. I was meaning the pretender's Nath.
Yeah, jury's still out for the big fella.
I think Nath's a bit behind us top boys. Plus, he's only had he's had nearly 1,000 points less scored on him than me.
Yeah, but once again, we could say that argument about NFL. I've got the same problem, but you're right. I think the pretender comes to point 4 and it will bite him. But you've just got to win what's in front of you. That's the important.
No, you do, and he's won every game 4-0. The big fella.
Important point. Fuck me, I can't even speak English. Alrighty, moving on. Very interesting, actually, between Braden, Nath, and you, which we obviously go through, only one triple-double with all of yours. I've had 8. It's an incredible stat.
Well, you do own the guy that's averaging a triple-double.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, moving on. So, the Don, second place, 4-0. Once again, I know we could probably shit on the fact that he's got a shocking points for at the moment, but he deserves to be in the 4, no doubt about it. I mean, it's really, really close. He's beaten some good guys. He's had some terrible points against, so that obviously helps him a little bit. But we did say it on draft day after he finished that he was going to be competitive. The question is, though, Blairy, will he stay second for the rest of the year? I know it's a very, very long year, but fucking hell, it's going to be interesting times.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, the big 3 weeks for the Don, because if he can keep it together and just knock over what's in front of him, he's going to be hard to knock off no matter how he's scoring, because if he goes 6 or 7-1, he's just going to be hard to keep out of the 4.
Yeah,
I still think he's slightly fraudulent, so it'll be interesting to see how he plays it out the next few weeks.
I'm assuming that it probably takes into his schedule as well, because he is the highest percentage chance to make playoffs this year at 78%, even above DOS, which is really interesting.
Yeah, the least amount of moves in the league, the least points against, and probably sitting at 1, 2, 3. We're sitting at 4th, sort of equal 4th, 5th, probably 5th at points for.
Yeah, he's done very, very well. Good on you, Nate. Well done. Blair,
good on him, though. Someone has to do it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Larry, yourself, unbelievably going at the moment. 3-1, obviously. You had that loss. Still looking really, really good shape. Yeah, your points against and mine points against pretty fair, but you've scored really, really well. I think you've definitely got the team to make top 4. We've already sort of said that. We've seen that come to fruition. I think AD has been absolutely unbelievable. Once again, he's probably going to be your kryptonite. If he does...
Yeah, I agree.
If he does play that 75 games like he did last year, you're in, no problem. If he goes down for 10 to 15 games even, you might be...
Big trouble.
Yeah.
Dropping Dyson Daniels is probably a little bit of a hit that I didn't want to take, and I've fucked it there. I've just made a mistake. I put my hand up. If I had him right now, I'd be flying even more.
Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. But you've done pretty well. Let's speak of mistakes. Carl Anthony Towns today, and I know you got the win, but it could have costed you. That was a bad. And
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
the
but can
sentiment.
you've heard me run through it?
Run through it properly and clearly, because I just got a
Yeah,
couple
because
of
I didn't actually, I didn't know.
Okay. So I'm going to run through it properly and clearly. I had.
He scored 50 as well. Shit.
Yeah. It was disgusting. Makes me sick. So, okay, we had Randall on at power forward.
Yes.
We had Diambate on, we had Saar on, and I had Cat on. Diambate, Randall, and Saar all played this morning before Cat's game.
All right.
So, and Cat was on at 11, and Edie was on at 10. So I had Cat as game time decision at 11 o'clock, and he didn't play last game, and I had Edie at 10. So I had to either go, all right, I leave Edie off and hope to the old gods in the new that Cat plays. If he doesn't play, I have a 0. Or do I take Edie's score? And if Cat plays, hold my breath. I took Edie's score. He got 16. What did I win by?
Yeah, 12. No, very good point. Absolutely.
So if Cat didn't play, if Cat did not play, I lost.
Oh,
Nope, I lost. I got a 0 instead of 16.
yes, so absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. Very lucky, right? But I mean, it's one of those things that should you have taken the risk anyway, just because?
Yeah, but what's the he didn't play last game in his game time? Is that
Yeah,
that's leaning towards not playing?
That's true, but in saying that, when have you ever seen an NBA player miss the second in a row at game time decision? They use it if it's a game time.
I went to a few sources today, and you were one of them, and you laughed at me. And I also because I messaged you the Twitter feed about Cat, and you just had a little chuckle.
Yeah.
And I also messaged Gibbo, and Gibbo said, I've never had a guy game time ever get up. It's sickening. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And then I had another look, and I'm like, all right, I'm just not going to take the risk. I got to get points on the board.
Well, first of all, you shouldn't have listened to your brother. That's your first mistake. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah,
there.
that was a mistake. It was a big
mistake.
mistake.
But he is a champion. I do respect his opinion very much, but this year not going well. Yeah, no, it worked out well for you in the end. But yeah, definitely something. That's the love of fantasy, though. You got to have a bit of luck. Unfortunately, it wasn't for Adrian today, but still. Fourth on the ladder at the moment is obviously myself. Terrible week this week. Props to Chico again. Absolutely took me to the cleaners like Adrian bangs 3 out of 10. Unbelievable stuff. Did very, very well. I think, though, in all honesty, next week I should see a bit of a comeback with a good schedule and maybe an injury or two. Bane's back, which is pretty nice. Brown's back. And Joko, hopefully his family's all right and he can hurry the fuck and get back to Denver. That'd be really handy. Durant may come back halfway through this week. Not sure. I think I'll probably just write him off this week. Then, after that, hopefully the only one injured is Shet, which, see you later, won't be seeing him till the spring of 2028, apparently. Snapped in half. Pretty comfortable and happy with where I'm at the moment. What are your thoughts? You think the top 4 is close to settled, or you reckon? We'll get to 5th and 6th in a minute, but is there really?
It's an 18-game season, though. It's like a big season.
Long year.
Okay, so let me put this in perspective for you, right? So obviously we'll get to Dan in a minute, who's been pretty impressive considering. I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head what his schedule's actually been like. I know he beat Adam this week. But if we have a look at Dan's stats, points for 4,000. Points against 3,700. So he's just about as he's around the same as Braden, a lot more than Pilot, but yeah, still in that lower echelon of points against, but still a very, very good season so far. And then after that, where there's already a 2-game gap between.
Yeah, it has opened up.
It's incredible. It hasn't been like that before, has it? Not this early.
Can Gibbo fight back from his injuries as one of those mid-pack guys, or sort of? He's not really mid-pack; he's near the bottom, but he seems to be with Nicko one of the two that could jump up, unless Adrian gets on a roll, but it's going to be pretty tough.
If you do scroll up on your screen, Blue, just for everyone at home that is watching this feed,
apologies,
you'll see that.
Yep, I'm up.
There's only 1 game difference between 6th and 10th, right? Then it's 2 games just to get the 5th. So, I mean,
that is true.
I don't have any, don't disagree with you about them trying to catch up and Adam not being able to do it, and even Nick or Chico. But I think by the time they actually get up to scratch, how many games are the top 5 going to be in front by? That's going to be the question. Nicko, talk to me. How are you feeling being 7th at the moment, and where do you think you could probably get a bit more of an advantage in getting up that ladder?
Look, I'm a bit upset where I am, purely because it was
Oh, here we go.
no, like because there's a couple of games that I feel like I could have won if my just had better players play to their potential rather than just having the night off type thing. But it is what it is. I versed Nathan, Alex, and you, Blair. So, like you said, the top three teams at the moment. Got Braden next week. So if I can steal the win from Dan here, obviously puts me in a better position. I might lose next week against Braden, but like I said, then after that I have Adrian and Harrow. So if I can get through to Adrian and Harrow, I think I can beat them both, which will get me, I think, a bit up the ladder. But it just depends really with my team, and I mean, even just getting Aaron Gordon back. I know I've got Middleton on there as well, which Middleton makes fucking Milwaukee a better team. So I think having him, if he can come back in the next 2 weeks, I mean, my team will look a little bit better. But I'm pretty much just waiting till Paolo gets back, and I know that's going to be in December. But
All right. Well, we ask the special guests this every week. Who is your top four?
Yep.
Top four?
Yep.
My top four.
Clip this. This is going to be clipped.
Yeah, my top four, I believe, will be Braden. No, in no order as well.
Yeah, no, all good.
Braden, Blair, Alex, and I'm gonna say,
I can't believe how much he's not thinking about putting Nathan in there.
He's giving Nathan the flick.
I get it.
Pretender sort of stuff here. Nathan's watching. He's commenting hard right now, so he's not going to be happy.
Yeah, Doncic hasn't. I tell you what, he's been day to day every single day, and then he hasn't been putting up the numbers that he was last year.
That's very true.
Which, obviously, very early on. This is my way too early prediction. So I'm going to say, no, I will say it'll be me and Nate for the last game, I reckon. That's my way too early prediction.
Okay.
Like it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice, Nicko.
That's very good, Nick. Do like that. And without further ado then, Blair, because we've really rolled in overtime here tonight.
Yeah, we got to wrap this boys up.
Let's get into the matchup for this week, because we do need a game of the round sort of setup. So let me run through it. You can do our one. Oh, actually, Nicko, you can probably do mine and Blair's one. Do you want to start off with that one, mate? Give us a bit of a
Sure. Oh, well, it all depends on, for me, it all depends on Joker. How many games is he playing?
I agree.
He's got 3 this week.
3, but he doesn't know if he's playing the first one.
Yeah, at the moment.
Is he back in Serbia? Is there any chance? Hopefully.
I've got no idea. I haven't looked probably, but hopefully not.
Okay, well, if he doesn't, even 2 games, I reckon that costs you. I think, and if AD plays all games and stuff, I think Blair pips you. Because looking at your season leaders, you got Joker, Chet, and Durant, and
2 of them are out.
Yeah, and possibly 3. So I'm going to say Blair on the that Jokic does not play 2 games. If he plays 2, I think it'll be close, but you might get him. But if he misses any more than 2, I think Blair gets you.
Yeah.
It'd be nice going into next week's episode knowing I've beaten him.
Third,
what do you
fourth.
think, Larry? What do you think?
I haven't looked at our lineup in terms of is there any days where one's outnumbering the other. In terms of, I think it comes down to Joker as well. If you get a full week from Joker, I think you can cover. I think you can cover Chet, maybe not Durant, but it'll be interesting to see what you can roll forward there. I think close. I'll give myself the tip, but again, if Joker plays 3, I wouldn't be surprised if you won.
Yeah, I'd probably feel the same. I've got a feeling he will play only because he's day to day, so I don't think he's back in Serbia.
Which is disappointing.
I have had a look. I've got a really healthy schedule this week, so we will see. I think I'm going to miss. Obviously, Shet and Durant won't be there all week. Bain has come back. Brown's come back. Joker should come back. I will still tip you on face value the fact that your team has been performing very well. But
due for a down week, I'd suggest. That means, as you saw last week with yours.
Yeah, absolutely, and it happens, and that's fine. But I would definitely say this is probably matchup of the round, is it not? Looking at the other 4. Sorry to be selfish to everyone.
I'd say matchup of the round, but the one that holds a lot of internal interest would be the 0-4s.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
So there is a few.
The toilet bowl.
Matchup of the round would be, it wouldn't play. You've got Bitumen versus Gravel rankings, so that in itself.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
rankings trophy. Yeah, and then you've got obviously the 0-4s, which is it could determine who pays for the next draft day. So,
actually, good point. You made a very good point.
You're right. This could be this is their grand final.
The sausage sizzler. That's what we could call it. The sausage sizzler.
Good. All right. Well, let's get into that game if we can. So, I mean, looking at it, oh fuck, man.
Adrian for me comfortably. He scored well again last week. He got a lot of guys back from injury. Donovan just had one game off. I think Adrian wins by 300.
I will also say that because it's clicking on it, Lillard's out. Giannis, if he plays, he'll score another 60, being the only man. So,
well, my thoughts on this, to be honest, and this is a big call. You might want to click this, Larry. If Adrian somewhere gets around the 1,100 and he's had 2 weeks in a row of 1,200, look out. Because
I don't disagree with that, but imagine if he lost and then he's 0-5 and he's scoring like that.
And look, I know I've said if you're on a 2 season over, and I'm sticking by that, but I honestly, 2 weeks in a row around that 1,100-1,200 mark, and he's had an 1,100 before. It's not known. It's usually when you have a 1,200, you have a shocking week the next week. So if he does win this comfortably, he might be getting a bit of luck finally back his way, which, everyone, I know what we all say, but the league needs a bit of Adrian Russo's snods up and about. It just does for the banter.
Yeah, it does. You're right. He's been very quiet compared to his normal input.
Yeah, and his NFL is going very well too, so it's been about that. But yeah, going to be interesting. Who's going to be sleeping upstairs? Who's going to be sleeping outside? Who's going to be cleaning the dishes this week? It's all on the fucking line, boys.
Who are you tipping, boys?
The sausage sizzler. I'm going to go
Adrian.
I'm going to go the Spudsman. Yeah.
Yep. All right. On to Chico and the fraudulent Nath. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. We've got Senghod and James Harden going up against Luca, Booker, and Rudy Gobert. I think close one. This one probably the hardest of the week to pick for me.
I would agree, but I don't see Chico getting 1,300s 2 weeks in a row. He had a very generous week this week.
Mm-hmm.
If Nath knocks him off, though, if Nath goes to 5-0, I know what we're saying, but he's got to make finals. He can't not, can he?
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. I think if he starts winning 5-0, it's tough to fall out.
Yeah, it definitely is. Look, I'm going to tip Nath in this one, only because Chico deserves his flowers after last week, no doubt, but I just don't see how it's possible he's going to get to over 1,000s in a row, especially 1,300. So I presume he's going to get hit on the schedule a little bit. And Nath had only a 900, even though he got the win. So you would think that he's probably due for a decent week as well.
Just a word of advice, 18-game season. My NFL league is a 13-game season. I went 6-0, and now I'm teetering on the edge of missing finals.
Oh,
so 18-game season's a lot. Yeah, 18-game season is a long season. Anything can happen. 5-0, you could easily miss. All you need to do is lose 4, and the pressure's on.
Well, what gets you in? 12? So you only got to win 7 of your next, 13?
Mate, it doesn't. Yeah, but you have a couple bad weeks. The pressure mounts. A couple injuries like you had last week, and you can fall the wayside pretty quick.
Very fair, very fair. I would say going to be
I'm going to tip Nath.
I'm going to tip Nath too. But good luck to you, Chico. I'd be happy to say I'm wrong.
You know what? According to himself in the chat, has said he's got a terrible schedule this week, but I feel like every week Nath says that.
No, you know what? I'm I'm gonna go with the fellow 1 and 3. I'm going with Chico.
I like it, Nick.
I'm going for Chico too, actually. I hope Chico wins.
Oh,
Absolutely.
just copy me. Just try and beat me.
No, but I think
Probably.
Nathan win. I hope Chico wins though.
Yeah, I'm tipping Chico.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done. All right, so then we move on to King Red.
Probably Gibbo's grand final with too many outs.
Yeah, is he? Oh lordy, Taco J. So this is the other pit, right? Is that everyone's sort of saying, Braden's a bit of a pretender. I don't think he's. I think he's pretty
No,
serious.
Halley's been shit too.
Yeah, so
He's dominating.
Markkanen hasn't been.
Yeah, doesn't have DeJounte.
Offered him marketing for Josh Hart, didn't take it. He was not happy with that, which I found interesting.
He should have taken that in a heartbeat.
No, anyway, but yeah, look, I think Braden rolls on. Adam, though, yeah, it's just injuries for him at the moment. He's just fucking got no one. Hard to win, unfortunately.
Can he hold on?
Oh god, every 1-4 is grim times, but still can make a move. Yeah, I think Braden here pretty easily is my opinion.
I think Braden too. I know Gibbo's won a ring, and you'll go down in history as a ring wearer, which the three of us don't have.
That's what we.
But if his season trajectory continues on as it did like last year, he's had 2 shocking years in a row.
Absolutely,
like bottom three 2 years in a row.
There is a serious, and you know what? He was the one in that one season that didn't have a premiership hangover, but everyone actually has had one. Like, it's incredible. Like, Braden missed out. They didn't play in that grand final that your brother won, did they? No, he beat you.
He beat me. Yeah. I lost to Gib.
Dos was a bit hung.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we know where Harrow's gone. He's in the toilet. And yeah, I mean, if Adam loses this week and continues on that trajectory, it's going to be interesting. But I'm going to definitely going to tip Braden this week. Nicko, take us through, mate. What are you thinking for this week?
I think he's gone, mate.
No, he's gone. See you later. Yeah, fucking fantastic. Let's say goodbye to your fucking host, your dog. Anyway.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
He's gone. Oh, no, now he's trying to get back. There he is. Fucking hell. How you going, mate? You all right? You falling asleep or?
No. I was just checking my waivers to see my waiver came through.
I haven't got him.
I'm here.
I've got him. I can hear him. Absolutely, I can hear him. He's fine.
I've got nothing. There's no Nicko. He's gone.
No, I've got him. I'm listening to him. He's fine.
I can't see him at all. He's completely gone.
Larry.
I've literally got him.
Nah.
I'll come back in.
He's gone. He's not on my screen.
All right, anyway. See you later, Nick. Have a good one, mate. Anyway, 6 man, and...
Thanks, Nicko.
See you later, bud.
Thanks for joining us, Nicko. Been a pleasure. Bitumen, you've been fantastic. I'd love to have you on again. Been very good.
Absolutely. He said 5 weeks. Let's see how it goes. Anyways, he's up against Dan. Dan, very interesting. I know we're all... You two have been fucking going at it too. What's going on there?
Yeah, we've become sworn enemies in the socials. So yeah. I do like he's back.
No, he's on mute now. I can't hear him.
Oh, I can't.
See you, Nicko. Appreciate it, mate. Take care.
Nah, it's been real, Nick. Bitumen, we can't hear. He's gone.
Anyway, yeah, 6 man, and Nicko. So, fuck, Dan's been good, and Max is still out. It's just interesting. He's just plotting along, being very, very good. Sabonis has been incredible. Brunson has really started to come to life. I've got them in my other league, so I know that.
Just a little barb on the way past here. I just wanted a bit of a side swipe going at gravel. 0-2 against me this year in NFL, mate. I piss on you for fun.
Yeah. Oh, he's back. This guy is Arthur or Martha. What's going on?
Oh, no, am I here? Yeah, I was just checking my waiver, see if it came through. Fuck it, I didn't realise this.
I actually forgot about waivers because I didn't realise we were going to do this for fucking an hour and 20.
Yeah, no. Incredible.
What are you up to now? Are we doing my game?
To you, mate. Yeah, game, and then we're off. So do you want to give us a bit of a run through what you think this week?
Well, I haven't really looked at the schedule or anything like that, but it is going to be, he's sitting 3-1, so, I mean, you don't win 3 games if you're shit, so it will be a tough gig. But depending on how my mid-tier players play, because we know they can play good, if they are consistent all week, I think I'll get the job done. I've had a 800 and I think it was 60 score the week that just went, so hopefully I can get back up into the thousands and, close the gap between, me and Dan and to the top. So, yeah.
Steph Curry, Alex, looking like missing tomorrow.
Oh, stiff. How come?
Knee.
Oh, not good. Not good at all.
Mood.
That's unfortunate, mate. That's unfortunate. Sucked in. Anyway, bad luck. But, yeah, Nicko, look, I'm going to have to give it to Dan, but I wouldn't be surprised if you picked him. These are these sort of games that you get up and about for some weird fucking reason. And I think if you go into next week 2-3 with Paolo still out and a decent schedule to come, you could come home with a wet sail, mate. So, first of all, thank you very much for joining us on the podcast tonight. It's been absolutely a pleasure having you. It's been fantastic value, as everyone would agree. Good luck this week. And as we always say, Blairy, what do we tell all of our guests?
May the fantasy gods be with you, boys. Just not Dan.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Looking forward. Okay. See you, boys. See you, mate. I'll catch you. See you, boys. See you, mate.
You said a lot tonight, mate. That'll do you.
That's sweet like a soul. So you can sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso. Move it up down, right, oh, spit out like Nintendo. So you can sleep, baby, I know that's that me